Reactor spitting fire. The NFT analyzer. Diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From Memecoins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry. He'll show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors on the scene.
All right. This is probably a terrible, oh man, a freaking terrible idea. I'm sure it is. I'm sure this is really, really stupid, but we're doing it. I mean, it's not often you have a former president getting involved in crypto to this degree. I mean, the man's been here, NFT projects, multiple NFT collections, but a DeFi platform, guys? Come on. All right, what we're doing real quick, let me set it up, and I want to start tuning in live immediately. World Liberty Finance, new DeFi platform, I don't know, made by the Trumps, but with the Trumps, whatever. Token sale goes live tomorrow. We've talked about that here. They're talking about it now. We don't know anything about it. Sale goes live tomorrow. We don't know anything about this thing. So anyway, we're going to tune in live to the spaces they're having. Don Jr.'s up on the stage. I don't know if Donald Trump will be on it too, but these opportunities don't come often. We're going to check it out now. We'll get to the market. We'll get to news, either if this gets boring as we go along in the first hour, or second hour will be more the typical show. Macro market, top headlines, whatever's going on. Lots of meme coins. That's what we're into. Anyway, let's check in right now with the spaces. I hope it's something cool. I'm sure it's a giga grift. Obviously, let's check it out.
Which needs to be, and you look at the actual policies, you look at the things they lay out, you look at the way they want to over-regulate and control everything. You know, people have to understand that. So I think, you know, the crypto bros and crypto girls got to get out there and, you know, understand exactly what's going on. I think we want to be able to keep this in America. We want to be able to create the framework, not over-regulate it, but create the framework so people know what they can and can't actually do. And I think it's going to, you know, be an important part of that. I think
Don Jr. here, of course.
From the political side, in 23 days, people got to vote and they got to make a decision. And if you're in this space, I think there's a no-brainer as to, you know, who's going to be the actual proponent, you know, of what's going on. Everyone else will tell you kind of what you want to hear. Just don't fall for it.
You know, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. At the end of the day, don't talk about it, be about it. And I think World Liberty, what you're talking about, what you guys stand for, it doesn't get any more real than that. And we'll see in 23 days, you know, that the American people do truly support that. Don, I want to thank you. I know that you're busy. You're obviously traveling. You know, stay
that's
safe
it from
out there,
for Junior.
And we'll see you down the road.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, no, I'm in North Carolina today. I'm going to see some of the damage from the hurricane in some of the western states with some good people. Just, you know, absolutely crazy what's going on there. So yeah, I apologize. Next time I'll be on for longer, but got to go hop on a plane to go, you know, see the insanity of what's going on there. And, you know, again, so many of the places that our government seemingly is failing us on a daily basis.
All right, don't care about that stuff right now. Guys watching on YouTube, just a question for you. Do you see two streams? Do you see one stream? And whatever stream you're watching, overlays or no overlays? Had a little issue this morning, tried kicking it off and don't see the overlay stream. So just kind of manually fired up our normal one. Anyway, just curious. Again, this sale's tomorrow. You have to be an accredited investor to even be able to participate in this pre-sale. And I don't think we have any details. That's really why I'm interested, why I'm tuning in now.
To World Liberty, there's a lot that's being said. You know, obviously, when you bring the type of firepower behind a project like this, speculation, rumors, when you don't give the people what they want, they're going to talk and they're going to form their own narratives. And, you know, one thing that I really want to dig into is Chase and Zach. You guys are no strangers to this space. You've been crypto advocates for a very long time. I want to kick it to you guys. What is your background in this? How did you get into crypto? What did you see in the space that made you start building in it for so long ago?
Yeah,
Zach,
great question.
go ahead.
Why don't we? I don't see. So this is Zach here. I'm talking.
This might have been a big ass mistake. I don't give a shit about these guys at all. I want to hear about. I want to hear about the platform.
Be awesome. I'll kick it off, and then once we get Chase up here again as a speaker, we can kick it over to him. So it's funny. I actually got started. I was going to law school. I went to law school, and I passed the bar exam and knew the whole time that I did not want to be a lawyer. Like, it just wasn't my interest. And so once I finished law school and passed the bar, I had about 6 months or so to wait to find out if I had passed before I could even practice. And during that time, I really started getting into digital advertising and marketing. That's actually when Chase and I met. We were introduced by some mutual colleagues. We got together, hit it off right away. We've been basically like brothers ever since. Funny enough, we're literally born 6 days apart from each other. And I believe it's just like it's all meant to be. So we built a really large direct response marketing company that focused on being some of the largest publishers in the health and wellness space and the legal lead gen space. And that just kind of led us to fall into crypto. I had a good friend who was also had a big technology.
Who is this? Who's talking?
And he was the one who actually put me on to Ethereum. Now, of course, I'd heard about crypto. Oh, I see Chase is on here. I'm going to add him as a speaker too. I'd heard about Bitcoin, but it was mostly friends of mine who were, card players, poker players that were using it to, use it as a means to transact for, poker and stuff. And it was never really something that initially got my attention. But for me, when we have Faces up as a speaker. Great. So for me, when I first found out about Ethereum, a good friend of ours told me about it shortly after the ICO. And I just absolutely fell in love with it. Not from a speculative point, but more so I went to law school. So when I started reading about the
idea. Okay, I'm pulling that down and I'll just do that throughout. I don't care about these guys behind the project. I think there's been enough deep dives into them that I still don't pay attention to. I don't care. I don't care about the guys behind it. I think we've already learned they're grifty. I want to know price. I want to know what people are buying. I want to know what they're buying for. I want to know if they have a stable coin involved, and I think they do. I want to know if there's RWAs involved, and I think there are. That's what I'm hoping to hear in this morning's spaces. Really weird time, but again, they're coming up to the wire here. Sales tomorrow. As far as I know, nobody knows anything about this.
Then we just want to have a lot of this commodity so that we can go about actually developing on it, transacting on it, etc. So my interest was never in, okay, this thing's going to go to the moon. It was just, how do we make sure that we have enough Ethereum so that any business idea or project idea that we want to do, we have.
Good morning, Gravity. Good to see you, man.
To be able to execute. And so obviously, Ethereum and like all ERC20 tokens really started taking off after that point. And, the industry started to evolve. A lot of the things that I thought were going to happen in the space started to happen, but at a much slower pace than I think a lot of people thought. And it wasn't really until DeFi came along that we started to see some of these potential use cases for Ethereum and blockchain technology that we had all hoped to see start to actually materialize. And even still, over the last 4 or 5 years or plus, the space hasn't really moved forward all that much. I mean, some of the best projects that came out in 2018 are still some of the best projects today. So for me, it was really just understanding that reducing the transactional cost and the friction to get things done and to be able to transact in a trustless environment where
wow, holy shit, guys.
We don't need to see
Goat, 125 million market cap. I sold way too early.
We can get a deal done without
Jesus.
to worry about whether
I was out at 31 mil.
For me was really the
man, oh man,
that got me into it. For Thesis, I think it was a little bit different, and he can speak to that himself. I know he was playing a lot in the traditional markets, and I think he kind of had a slightly different thesis on this. But if he's up here, I'm just going to let him speak from his perspective.
I love that you
Perfect.
talk about like what it was. I appreciate you sharing that, because when you were giving us a little bit of the backstory, one of the things is you guys have been, as some of the crypto people say, in the trenches since the beginning, and very big. Not only were you an advocate for the technology, just like you talked about, but you've been an advocate for the community as well. Chase, when you give us your backstory, but I want to also dive into how you gave a lot of people in the space their start. So you guys are no strangers to starting movements within the industry. So here you are back at it again. Chase, go ahead.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Sometimes
you're coming in clear.
Yep.
Coming in here clear, brother.
Love it. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And yeah, we've always kind of liked to be behind the scenes. And I think actually our first really coming out party, showing our face was in 2017, where we did a big crypto event. And I think what really surprised me is that when I used to go to them in 2015, 2014, we all kind of hiding out, if you will. We didn't want the world to see us. We're like this big community where everybody on the outside, made fun of us. And so when we threw an event.
Okay, I need some feedback from you guys. Do you want to hear this? Do you want to tune in once they're getting to the meat of it, or do you want to hear these guys talking about their history? Because otherwise, we can get right to some market stuff, keep that on in the background, and keep cutting in as stuff's happening, right, as we're learning something. I don't care about these guys. Your call. I'm down for whatever. But I'm really excited about the market this morning. I'm really excited about these meme coins we've been degenning into together over the past few days. Guys, we killed it on GOAT. We fucking crushed on GOAT. Again, I'm a little salty. Yeah, right, yeah. I just want to hear what the token is and how the sale's going to work. I'm going to have a 20x on GOAT. I'm pretending I'm mad. I'm not mad. I won. I'm different this cycle. If I win, I'm happy, but 20x on GOAT. And you know what? I think this has got tons of room to run still. Tons. I really do. But I'm not going to get back in. I'm not chasing. I'm looking for the next thing. I pulled it up just a minute ago. Not financial advice. Literally don't buy this. But it's kind of doing something too. This is, what is it? Kundalini. Look, this is stupid. In that AI bot, I can't remember its name. Terminus something, whatever. In the bot's bio on X, it says Kundalini is a girl. Kundalini. That's it. Somebody made a token days ago. That's it. It's a total gamble. Threw one soul in there. Already up. Did this yesterday or day before. Keep your eyes on this. There's no community. There's no cult. There's nothing behind this. So this one's going to end badly, I think. But keep an eye on that.
Maybe more rewarding for the end user to do just that. And so when you put together these amazing pieces of technology that these brilliant people have built, you realize that everybody's built it. It was just packaged in an interesting way, And I say the same thing is I've been blessed to be able to, play around the Wall Street world, but, Wall Street has a barrier of entry, and that is your financial status, and crypto has a barrier to entry, and that is your mental status. I mean, if you show Web3 to an average person, they're going to look at it like it's something completely different.
Is this the Milady cult coin?
To me, I just think that what brought us to this forefront is two things. It's my partner size ability to want no fame. Maybe three. Want no fame or notoriety. It's our ability to take backlash and criticism and skepticism and doubt and keep pushing forward. And really, mainly, it's our idea to make a very simple idea.
Wish it wasn't an ETH token.
And aligning with DJT, we realized who else could bring the masses to a platform when such droves, and who can help make America great again? Because some people don't know why America is as powerful they are. They don't understand settlement.
What in the world are we looking at here?
Things that are being put up for question. So for us, I really think it is a powerful thing to focus on getting an everyday user in here, to get someone with $10 to interact, to get their smart wallets to have a better yield than maybe what a normal banks and things like that do, because that's so enabling and de-abling. So
okay, I'm going to cut that off. I'm still listening, and we'll switch back if anything interesting's happening there, and I think there will be. Let's just let's be degens. Let's do that a little bit. This is really, really interesting. Cult token, I don't think associated with Milady, with anybody, taking advantage of the narrative right now. I like it. I'm looking for cooks. You feel everybody who's in tokens and winning, they're not willing to let go yet, right? I'm not selling any of my tokens yet. More than that, not only are we not selling our tokens, but any liquidity we had before, we're ready to gamble. We're ready to gamble. That's what changed here in the past, let's say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month at the most. Said we're back 2 months ago, but something changed. We're ready to gamble. Something like this looks like a cook. $2 million market cap here. Ooh, if I had some ETH, I'd probably go in. I'll say again, NFA. Don't buy. I'll tell you when there's something that I'm in and I think is interesting. I'll give you the little wink, wink, right? But this is not that. This just looks interesting to me. Keep my eyes on this. For sure. For freaking sure. All right. You guys want some real alpha, though? Look, you only get this alpha if you have a kid. Otherwise, you're getting this alpha from a friend who has a kid. All right. Told my kids about the Skibbity token, right? I told them about that, and I said, girls, you gotta fill me in when there's like a hot new term, like a fucking... That sounds so boomer saying it like that, but I said it like that. Girls, when there's a hot new kids term, when you got some cool new lingo, kids, you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me because we'll retire, girls. And they didn't believe me. They didn't get it. And then I kind of gave them a walk through the Skibbity token. All right, so I got a couple new words. I got a couple new words that are maybe going to turn into a thing, guys. Jonkler. You guys heard Jonkler yet? Jonkler. There's like 10 Jonkler tokens, none of them cooking. I don't think anybody knows. But I would bookmark every single one of these Jonkler tokens and then just keep checking back and see if one starts picking up steam. That's stupid. It's pretty stupid. Jonkler's a play on Joker. That's it. But it's a meme that's kind of catching on with the kids. So keep your eye on Jonkler. Keep your eye on, what was the other one? There's one I'm never going to remember, but there is a Phineas. Phineas, guys, like Fiend, like the Playboy Cardi song. And as far as I've seen, there's no token even created yet, but Phineas sounded like the one that was catching on with the kids. So keep your eyes out for Jonkler and Phineas. And I swear to you, my kids are going to make us millionaires. That's the goal. It's ridiculous.
What was it about world liberty that, made you say, hey, you know what, digital currencies are the future. This is something that, we're going to dive in and be passionate about, just like you have been with other business endeavors.
Can you, I'm a little bit of a technological dinosaur. Am I on? Do you hear me?
Hey, you sound, honestly, your voice sounds better than mine. Your voice sounds better than mine, so you're coming in clear.
Okay. So, when I, I'll just give you some brief background. When I was a practicing lawyer,
is this
and
K2?
I felt a little bit like a Scrivener in those days. And of course, I work for people like Donald Trump, and that's the business I always wanted to be in, the real estate business. I would see him come to the office, and he had this swashbuckling way about him. And what lawyer wouldn't want to follow in his footsteps? That was my pathway into the real estate business. It was really tough to get financing for your deals, even if you had a great idea. And financing and credit and our capital market system in the United States, which is probably the best on the earth, that's what really makes our economy hum. And yet, as you heard Don Jr. talk about it, you can be debanked, or alternatively, you just may not have access to a bank in your region, or alternatively, you just may be living in a country where there's such an inflationary spiral that you just almost don't understand how you're going to hedge risk and so forth. Those are all the issues that involve credit. And DeFi, when it was first introduced to me, it was so clear how it was going to be able to solve all of those things. First of all, reserve currencies like the US dollar traditionally have only been in existence for 75 years at a time. That's because you have a lot of policymakers that do stupid things like print a lot of money, and it hurts things. It hurts reserve currencies. Crypto burns their currency. They don't print. So it's a finite class. It's inherently disinflationary, which is why it's always curious to me that policymakers are opposed to it. It's actually, to me, a smart way of doing business. But blockchain is transformational.
This is cool. Hang on.
Think about a situation where you go in to borrow. You're among the entitled who can borrow. And there's so many different human beings attached to a deal that now can be eliminated. You can put title insurance ultimately on the blockchain. They'll tokenize real estate, and that'll be on the blockchain. So it's and crypto, because
All right, obviously, Bitcoin. I'm bouncing back and forth. All right, going to bounce back and forth. Bitcoin cooking today. Bitcoin cooking. Touched 65K. All right, Marty Party always drops these awesome heat maps. I love them. They're super useful. Helps me understand that the market's not just moving based on news and speculation. It's people. It's these real deal, different level PvP players wiping out shorts, wiping out longs. The heat map is showing where the accumulation happens here. So here's the heat map. So we got news earlier today that somebody opened up a $10 million short on Bitcoin over on OKX. That short liquidated. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's the game, guys. That's the game that's really, really going on here. I believe that. And I'm very honest, my limited understanding here, I think that drives the market day-to-day basis as much, if not more, than any of the other narratives out there. It's that. Really, really cool. Really cool. But Bitcoin looking strong. Let's peek through crypto. Again, we'll switch back to the spaces. When they start getting into the meat of stuff, we're going there. We'll listen. Bitcoin, though, touched 65. ETH over 2,500. Love to see it. Solana broke 150. Look at this. Everything up over 3% this morning. Looking fantastic, really. There it is tomorrow morning. Oh, shout out Henry the Grape. Happy birthday. My little brother, Henry the Grape. I don't know how old he is. I got to ask him. I think 41. Henry, 41 or 40, might be 42 actually, but happy birthday, Henry. Love you, man. Oh, here we go. This is it. What is world liberty is the question.
Is world liberty favorable to be created?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I think you heard from Steve, who's, DJT's best friend, and you heard from Don Jr., who is, DJT's son. They both understand and embody this ethos that really is crypto. I mean, that was one of the things that really impressed me when I got involved in this project, was how aligned we all are in terms of our mission. And while Steve comes at it from more of a traditional background, Chase and I bring more of the crypto DeFi background. And obviously, DJT and the whole Trump family have their own experiences with, having trouble with financial, like debanking or being denied loans, et cetera. So I think it was really just a perfect storm. And this group that came together is actually a perfect fit. Whereas maybe some people might say, oh, that's an interesting pair. We actually mesh and vibe much better than a lot of the biggest projects I've seen in crypto. So really, this was all inspired by the ideals and the vision of Donald J. Trump, which is to bring DeFi to the mainstream and to make these financial opportunities accessible to everyone, while at the same time supporting the U.S. economy and the U.S. dollar's role as the global reserve currency. And, I think Steve touched upon this a little bit, but through stablecoins, we can, in fact, make the U.S. dollar not only strong, but make it safe as the world's reserve currency for the next 50, 100 years. And
Nice.
anybody
Nice. Did he say
who's
financing?
on
Did
here
he say it?
probably understands stable
It's
coins and how
financing.
they
That's
work.
that's how I
When
say
they're
it.
pegged to the US dollar, they're
Sub bang.
backed by US treasuries. So they truly are one-to-one. They are, they are non-speculative. They're pegged to the dollar. They're always redeemable for a dollar.
Stablecoin? Is he getting towards a stablecoin?
We really believe that that's the best way to make America great through crypto. It's not through speculating on risky assets. It's by getting people to transact in currency that's backed by treasuries and that have a very stable, obviously stable coin, but very stable value that we all know. I mean, nobody's going to walk into a store and figure out like, okay, my groceries are 230 American dollars. How many Satoshis is that? Right. Like, and then it just doesn't make sense.
This is going to be a lending platform and a stable coin.
Coins are one of the most important inventions in crypto, and also one of the pieces of crypto that is going to really bring our economy and our country to the forefront of the world, not just of crypto, but of the world.
And they're going to regulate it.
I just wanted to jump
to
in
near
if you
death.
don't mind, and just add a little piece to that, because I really think that like the understanding of understanding of how people are is big in crypto, and I think it's been overlooked. People right now, for the most part, as a population, are consumers. They're not savers or investors. They constantly consume, right? Whether that be because things are very expensive or life or whatever have you. But I think that the real idea lies in just catering to something that someone already does. And by doing so, like this far outreaching long-term hope is that we can truly change the way people think about markets, that we can change the way people think about saving. Because right now, you go to your bank and you get $2,000 a month, and let's just say your bills are $2,000 a month. You live paycheck to paycheck. At the end of every month, you basically have a zero account balance. If you could show someone in the world where instead of having zero, they could have $4 at the end of that month, or 7 or 12 or whatever, I truly believe you're going to start getting more people who are going to be mesmerized and curious about that. It's, what is this? How is this? How is this working like this? And I think then people start understanding what the wealthy elites have known this whole time is that if you just put a little bit of time with your money can make more money. And so, giving people the ability, we call them twofers, giving people the ability to transact in an environment better than what they have, right? That's goal one. Just give them what they already have, but that's better, meaning it's 24/7, it's earning more, it's more usable. There's no guardrails on restrictions of what time or where you can go and all of these things. But at the same time, this overarching goal of people are going to start understanding what it means to save. They're going to start understanding what it means to earn something. And I truly believe, though the sections will be small as they always are and they grow over time, you will inherently change human beings' nature by this simple little gesture of showing, hey, this is what it looks like inside of the world of finance. We know you haven't seen it, and it's been here for a long time. Some brilliant people years ago built this. We're going to interact in a world where you don't understand it. And I'll close with this. My business partner said something great, and I think it's amazing. A lot of people use the internet but have no idea how it's used, like how the internet does what it does. You can go to Google, you can go to Facebook, you can come right here to the spaces. We plan to do the same thing for DeFi. We think that people don't need to know the difference if they've left a Web 2 environment to a Web 3 environment. If you give them all of the greatness with none of the headache and semantics, you've truly created a better product. And that's what we set out to do. And we've got some amazing people to help us along that journey.
Keep your eye on that.
And I can't say enough for how blessed we are to have such curious people who want to join along in this alliance. Because this is not about us. This is about us being used the biggest light ever shined on this industry to show other people's amazing projects. Hey, if we just put A and B and C together, we're going to get to our destination.
Imagine.
What the fuck is World Liberty Finance? All of that, and we still have no fucking clue. Direct question, what is it? What are you doing? That's the answer. Come on. Am I crazy? Am I crazy here? Or are we not getting anything about what it is and what the goal is? Immensely fucking frustrating.
With Aave, like what do you see as what WLF brings to this space?
Good
How
morning,
are they going
China.
to utilize Aave? What is that like? How did this materialize? I want to hear more from your point of view on this. Happy to have you here.
Hey, thanks for having me in. I think it's a really fascinating initiative, especially for me who has been building DeFi for the past 7 almost 8 years. Maybe like in the beginning of the years I started, DeFi wasn't really a terminology. It just was more of a bunch of nerds trying to experiment with the blockchain smart contracts on Ethereum, and suddenly we were creating
Goatsius Maximus, Jesus,
financial applications that basically didn't involve any sort of middleman, so you could essentially build a working product or a protocol where users can directly interact with that piece of software without giving custody of their assets to anyone, and also in a very transparent way. So one of the things I love about using a public blockchain is that you have all that transparency and accountability, and you can quantify the risk of end-to-end risk pretty much by analyzing the data of the whole system. So for me, that's like a better way of, well, let's say like a way of creating finance that is just better, faster, and
Veritas, good morning. It's fucking infuriating. It's just word salad. It's nothing. There's nothing. They're telling us nothing. Just driving me bonkers. Reset, good morning, man. Good to see you.
is what's happening in our financial system in being able to quantify everything that is happening. And that's why DeFi is such a powerful infrastructure, and why it's actually why there's so many people so early in the space actually building upon this technology, and there's such a big understanding around open source coding and infrastructure. And
Justin, it's maddening.
And I think seeing actually WLF using the Aave stack and building on Aave protocol is a really exciting for us, because we build Aave in a way where we want it to be permissionless, we want it to be accessible, we want to see this technology being used everywhere, and we want the tech to really be something like the IP protocol or this email protocol that is just used by every single person in the planet. And just going further there, even as of today, there's such a big population globally that doesn't have access to stable currency, even though stable coins
this is stablecoin related,
have been growing significantly over the past year. There's still lack.
I think, guys, I think the stablecoin is the actual product. I do think that's it. Getting loans in their stablecoin. I think that's it. I think that's their core product here. And then earning, right? Being able to stake your stablecoin or whatever and earn. I think the core thing you're buying here, I think that WLFI token is going to be a stablecoin. I think that's it.
Compared to what is out there in fiat currencies, and there's a lack of access across the world. And also the second part is that there's lack of access of yield. So even
there it is too.
A lot of population globally, they can't preserve their capital, but they can't even access financial opportunities. So there's a really big blockers and barriers for people to have that equal opportunity. So I think DeFi is actually enabling, I would say, like a democratization of finance for everyone, and providing these opportunities for everyone. And that's why it's such a powerful technology. I do think that it's going to take a decade at least to get into mainstream adoption, because it's DeFi blockchain. It's not like, for example, AI, where it's a piece of technology that can be just used everywhere. But DeFi is actually it's also changing finance. It's changing the money itself by using.
Oh my God. This is about to dump, by the way. I'm just haven't watched this chart for a couple days now. This is about to dump, but I'm still keeping my eye on this, Kundalini. If that account tweets about it, the account that's been pushing the Gotius Maximus token, this rips. Right? Rolling the dice. One soul into this. 140,000 or so market cap. If Terminal of Truth tweets about it, it's in the bio, it sends a little bit. Okay. I'm still listening, by the way. As soon as they start talking product, I'm going to switch right back to the audio feed. Oh, this might work here too. Hang on. New speaker.
Whoop. Sandy, are you with us? So, all right. So Sandy might be having some. Oh, there you go. Sandy, are you there?
No, I'm here. I'm
Hey.
here. I'm here. I was having a little bit of a network issue. I'm here. Hey, it's great to be here.
No worries.
Super, super excited to be involved in this project. I think I got involved through just meeting like Zach and got into the project kind of like a few weeks ago. And it's just been really eye-opening to work with such an enthusiastic group. So like kind of working with people who are in it for the right reasons and in it to kind of bring crypto to the masses. And there's a lot of things like ethos about the WLFI project that really
Perish on Sandy.
resonates with kind of what we're being about kind of bringing programmable trust to the masses. And making sure this is a product that like people transacting $10 can not any amount on gas and have like just the most simple onboarding experience that someone who can like just not think about it and not know that's crypto behind it.
For what, Sandy?
And I think this is like it's getting to become like a very serious attempt at like real mass adoption. And I think a lot of the brainstorming and product iterations that I'm seeing from the WLFI product that's coming out, a lot of it is around kind of like how to like really like make sure that compound interest as a concept, which has been so instilled in the brilliant kind of Aave protocol, making it kind of more making it more interpretable and more like understandable to the average Joe around the corner, and plus the having
Goodbye, Sandy.
the most influence in the world and the family support behind this. I think just my DMs has been blowing up ever since kind of this project have been like
Oh my God.
announced. So
does anybody trust a financial platform? Okay. By the Trumps, collaborated with a milady. Does that make you feel good and safe and secure? Not a knock on my lady, exactly. I love them. What are we doing, man? Should I join? Should I request to speak? Dude, this is on Ethereum? And yeah, they're talking $10. Choina, it's a great point. You can spend your $10. You can buy some of their, again, I think, stablecoin. Okay, sorry. I was hearing something. You can spend your $10. You can't buy in. You can't buy in the pre-sale. But they'll take your $10 for their stablecoin they've invented out of thin air. This is how it works. That's fine. But do you trust a stablecoin backed by the Trumps?
Well, I think that it's, and I always look at things, and I'll kind of keep it brief because I love to talk. But, I look at things as like, how do you really get control? How do you get power in an arena to make sure that it grows the right way and or stays how it is? And one of the things I found out is power comes with the acquisition of said debt. So right now, you'll see a lot of foreign nations have a lot of control of the United States because they own a lot of our debt, these T-bills, these T-bonds, what have you. And I know that crypto and its amazing group, collage of people really want crypto to be powerful. One of the things I started.
Veritas, I was really hoping there was going to be just a straight product announcement, and assumed it was a stablecoin, but I also am hoping to hear about RWAs and what they're tokenizing, because there's these rumors that they're tokenizing their real estate. How it works, I don't know, but that's what I was hoping to hear. That's why I'm listening personally, because that's interesting. Tokenize like Trump Towers or whatever, tokenize some real estate. That's interesting. Still Trumpy, right? So, but that's interesting at least. So far, it's all garbage here. You know what it is? They saw Tether. They saw that Tether made like $6 billion this year so far with that tiny team of less than 100 people. And they're like, aha, there's our next grift. That's it. It's pretty clear that's what's going on here. Found a business model that's super lucrative. Man, super, super lucrative. And shoehorning themselves right in. I don't think it's going to work. And I don't think they are going to let it work. We just saw Tether get delisted from exchanges over in Europe. Stablecoins is a focus here of intense scrutiny, intense regulations coming to stablecoins. This is probably not going to end well. Yes.
Can share.
They just said they
is
can't share
that,
too much.
We
Yeah, there we go.
have our good buddy Rich Teo here, one of the co-founders of Paxos, and he is actually joining the World Liberty Financial team to take over the role of stablecoin and payment lead.
Okay, stablecoin again.
I'm not
yes.
going to get too much into what that means, but if Rich, you want to jump on here, I don't know how your service is. I know that you're joining us from an airport.
You have a token sale tomorrow, and you can't get into it.
A couple seconds to hop on and give your background and bio. That'd be awesome. If not, totally understand.
Insanity.
Hey, Zach. Absolutely. Can you guys hear me?
James
clearly?
Patrick.
Coming.
Loud
Sounded
and
great,
clear.
Rich.
And Benny,
Perfect.
good
I'm
morning.
lucky. I'm actually sitting on a plane about to take off. So, thanks so much for the kind of introduction. I'm super excited to be working with a team of really enthusiastic guys who see true vision, and a whole bunch of builders that are supporting that. And I feel really, really good about being part of the team. A little bit about my background bio: financial services background, investment banking, M&A, hedge fund for 10 years during the financial crisis. And through that, I kind of came away with realizing how big the contributor of crypto can be in the real world of finance. So I co-founded a company called, was initially called it, but today it's known as Paxos. We do a whole bunch of things, but one of the things that we've been doing is creating stable coins. I was part of the team that at Paxos that created initially PUSD, HUSD, BUSD for Binance, USDC for Facebook, PYUSD for PayPal. And so, being part of that team, I hope that, I can bring some experience here in terms of how we can get Bitcoin big, how we can grow it, it can be seamless and ubiquitous for the entire world. And back to Chase's point about the dollar, how we can basically collectively make it really easy for everyone to contribute to grow, stabilize the US dollar, and strengthen that for a very, very extended period of time. So we share a common vision here, and I really like how the team is getting together, and I'm super excited to be part of it.
That's awesome, Rich. And, excited to see the value that you provide to the World Liberty team moving forward. Obviously, some very, very big aspirations with this project, and have the firepower to be able to achieve that. But on one thing that really comes up when we're talking about DeFi and being able to push the space forward is security. So Ogle, you are the brain behind security. Like, why don't you walk us through some of the steps that are being taken to ensure that everything that World Liberty is doing, doesn't have the same outcome that a lot of other platforms and protocols have?
Yeah, for sure. So quick background for those who don't know, what I do mostly in the crypto space is when things go bad, that's whenever I come in. So if someone, if there's a rug or if there's a hack or if there's an exploit, that sort of thing, then I usually go and try and help the teams to prevent that from happening the next time and or get the money back the first time. And so in the past year, give or take $450 million or so has been recovered with teams of people in this way. And so whenever the team at World Liberty Fi hit me up and said, hey, we're taking security seriously, like, can you come talk to us about what we should be doing if we're not already doing it? I was stoked, obviously. And so what's happening on this side? There's a few things kind of ahead of time.
All right, we'll come back to that. With proven grifters / scammers like on their founding team here. Yeah. Okay. All right. They're just right now talking about auditing the code and that kind of thing. Great. All right, let's get to some other market points. Specifically, you know what? I want to look at the ETFs because I noticed there was some really, really decent volume on Friday. Again, I'm going to bounce back and forth. When I hear something interesting, if they talk product, we go there. But great to see this, guys. We're looking at the Bitcoin ETFs. 253 million. Yeah, that CloneX PFP. 253 million in inflows on Friday. Again, the Bitcoin ETFs. After a few days of getting rocked by those outflows. So, back on track. On the ETH side, no such luck there, guys. Friday, 100,000 in outflows. ETH ETF's the laggard there. Like always. I don't know, guys. I think we got a big week ahead of us here. I do. Those ETFs right now, geez. 4.5% of the total Bitcoin supply. This is wild. Held by those ETFs. It's a massive figure. And a figure that only grows. Yep, Veritas, make no mistake. They're here to extract. And then this, just shoehorning this in somewhere because it caught my eye. I think it's a pretty cool milestone here. But the base L2, now the largest Ethereum L2 by TVL. Total value locked. Great to see. Flipping Arbitrum, Sui, Avalanche. Recent flip Arbitrum, though. Yeah, base cooking. Base is going to be a top 3-ish blockchain. Top 3, 4, not just ETH L2, top 3, 4 blockchain. It is. That's their trajectory. Love to see it. Gotta say, love to see it. On the NFT side, boys. Solid weekend. Really, really solid weekend. 10.5 million in cross-chain sales yesterday. Unique sellers down, unique buyers down, transactions down. Very, very normal for a Sunday. Saturday stands out. Saturday really stands out with 14 million sales. There was a big sale Saturday. I'm going to get to that. And that really went under the radar here over the weekend. Don't know if you guys saw it. If you saw it, throw it in the chat, but I'm going to get to that in a quick second here. 136K in, negative 136K in trade profits. Actually, the past couple days, though, solid. Solid, considering where we normally are hanging out. Getting closer. We're just inching closer to those trade profits being in the positive. Love to see it. Peek at the weekly numbers, too, though. Those came in yesterday. 75 million in NFT sales last week. Not our lowest of the year. Close. About 6 mil away. But second lowest of the year. And actually, some of these numbers still get adjusted. We are still calculating some wash sales that may be adjusted up, might be adjusted down. Could end up being a better week and maybe our third lowest day of sales volume for the year. But on the week, sellers up, buyers up, transactions down. Higher priced NFTs moving hands here. And then profits, again, heading in the right direction, still in the negative, 3.3 mil. October starting, I hope. NFTs, it's time to cook. Top collections moving this market here. Again, past 24 hours, D-Market on the top, followed by Mad Lads, Pudgy Penguins, Gilda Guardian Heroes, Project Aeon, Pudgy Penguins, Milady. Element 280 might get removed. These are liquidity positions. I don't know. These aren't your typical NFT. I think these are NFTs representing some staked positions. So I'm not sure if those are going to count because you're not buying and selling it. You're staking crypto, getting NFT. It just looks on-chain like it's a sale. It's not, though. Now, if you trade that NFT, if you sell the NFT representing a position, that to me is an NFT sale. And then Retardio Cousins, Dogeduki, honorable mention here to Sproto Gremlins. It's the cult. It's the cult tokens. It's cult season. Absolutely love it. And then top sales, let me refresh this. That's been up for probably an hour or two. Keep my eye out for punk sales. And here and there, we're getting runs of these punk sales. Not anything that's really, keying me into a big move coming. But top sale is CryptoPunk 8135, selling for 29 ETH. What else we got here? Some Bored Apes. Pancake Bunnies, I do not, just a gut feeling, I don't think that's real. Could be. I just don't think it is. Nice Node Monk sale. Is that a gold skin Node Monk for 0.46? Wow. Again, Bored Apes. Now, your top sale in the past week, and this is the big one from over the weekend. This is actually pretty great. But a gold skin Bored Ape. 588 ETH, guys. 1.4 mil. That's nice. We don't see those often. Man, we don't see those often at all. So great seeing that. Look at that bad boy. Now, at a loss, I'm not sure. You know what? This one, it may not have been traded before. I have to cross. I'll probably need to dive in on other platforms, but I have a hard time imagining that this has never sold before, like first time since mint. All these transfers you see. Regardless, 1.4 mil. I kind of do want to check, though, and I'll do this on my time, but I want to see if somebody actually took a loss on this, because these gold skin Bored Apes did used to sell for a, it's still a premium here, but a different kind of premium in the past. Nice sale. Nice sale. God. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, we'll start getting to some of our top stories here, too. Again, I'm going to switch back to the World Liberty finance space. Is just if they're talking about anything that matters. So far, no. Guys, an update on the DK situation. You guys remember DK tweeted last week, had his wallets drained, which is a huge, huge bummer. Didn't lose his NFTs, lost all his crypto. All of it. And people weren't sure how. Look, if there was a new attack vector, and that's what it did seem like. Some news was coming out that there's these fake apps. Fake apps, like you're on your phone, you're looking for an app to stream to your TV, or like a remote for your TV, or just any kind of app you're looking for. A fake version of it that when you install, this is wild, and this part is real, they do exist, but it scans your phone for the pattern of a seed phrase, right? 12 words, 24 words, scans, even if it's a picture, right? Scanning text, it's scanning images, and people thought that's maybe how DK got. Yikes. Luckily, turns out that's not how this one played out. That said, still wasn't great. Where's that tweet? DK. There we go. Okay. It turns out it is somebody DK knows. It turns out it's probably somebody in DK's house, somebody who had access to his physical seed phrase written down somewhere. This is interesting. This is spicy. Yeah, DK saying, turns out someone very close to me who had access to the handwritten seed phrase, so probably a partner. So no hack, which is great. A mix of complicated, misunderstood situations that got out of hand. What you'd love to read into this and speculate on what that is. Was it malicious? Was it a big old misunderstanding? Somebody who maybe is like a financial advisor thinking they're supposed to do something with his crypto? I don't know. This seems really, really weird. But got the money back. Got the money back. Now, DK got a whole bunch of donations. So this is it's really interesting. People asking if he's sending those funds back. And I'll tell you this, there's some I don't know, there's some maybe more spicy accusations. WG sounds even more sinister when it's someone you know, yeah? But I'm looking for Max Osiris's tweet here. If we'll see it, I don't know if we will. And if not, I'll sum up his point here. I kind of want to find it, though. Max Osiris is... Do you guys know Max? You guys know Max? I hope you do. He's great. Because Max has got some accusations here. Is this Max's main account? No. This can't be it. He's got another account. Let me see if I can find this because it's because Max is a character here. Here we go. Hang on, we're going to find it. Oh, this might be...
Yeah, absolutely. So we're planning for the WLF protocol to provide users with information and access to third-party DeFi applications. And so this is like this idea that you're hearing throughout the space of marrying important concepts and parts of DeFi products together. Things like digital wallets for stablecoins, being able to participate in liquidity pools for earning yields, being able to borrow funds with non-security digital assets as collateral, and being able to just tap into these basic financial services from a unified platform that are built on third-party rails and stuff that's very tried and tested. Most noteworthy, of course, is that WLF, should be obvious to say, but we'll say it anyway. It's an American-based platform, and we're trying to empower users all over the world with decentralized financial tools that will hopefully bring in the next 100 million users. And all these important pieces coming together then are really important for to help us realize that vision. And we couldn't be more excited by the different people that are working on us to achieve that goal.
You know, I kind of want to, kind of follow that up with, like what is WLF doing, to kind of bypass these traditional financial intermediaries? Like how do you do that with a platform like this?
I think it starts from like the architecture on which you lay the groundwork on. Everyone that builds something new in like the fintech world and Web 2, they're building it on top of the old financial rails. So people are trying to find new ways to do things, but ultimately like things like Plaid that have come up recently as a way to connect your bank account to third-party apps and services. It's like a square peg and round hole scenario where you're taking all of these new things being built, but building on top of really old stuff and trying to repurpose them in ways that weren't really meant to do so. The main difference with World Liberty Financial is that we're building everything from the ground up on top of crypto rails, on top of smart contracts, on top of Ethereum, on top of new virtual networks or virtual machine networks that just didn't necessarily exist beforehand. And this opens up new possibilities for us. We're not trying to repurpose old stuff to do something new.
Sure about
and therefore,
that.
like do things like anti-patterns or things that are, not really conducive to our ultimate goal, but instead looking at what is the best way to achieve this vision here of onboarding more people in a more fair way to access these tools. And crypto happens to be it. It wasn't like we were using crypto in search of solving the problem. It was like we were in search of solving the problem and crypto was there to do it. And that's one of the biggest distinguishing factors, is that we're not trying to be shackled down by the existing old and archaic financial rails. We want to do this the best way possible using the best tools in doing so.
And part of using the best tools, or creating, in your guys' case, the best tools possible. Zach, you're no stranger to onboarding people from Web 2 to Web 3. You talked.
Could we think of this? It's not perfect, but could we think of this like ApeChain and the workshop? Okay, multiple DeFi applications, all of them. I don't want to say backed, but all of them in this ecosystem of this token, this WLFI token. Is that what we're talking about here? Again, we know now stablecoin, mostly know. We know loans. We know access to DeFi platforms. Yes, yeah, Gravity, you literally had his talking points there. And it's bullshit. And still, what? People are going to buy a token tomorrow, and still, what is the token? What are they going to do with the token? When is a platform launch? What is happening? I can't believe we're 24 hours away from a sale, and every single one of those questions still needs to be answered here.
Benefits of all the great stuff that DeFi has to offer, we expect people to come on and become crypto native, so to speak, just like we all have.
They are playing people.
Go down the rabbit hole, learn about how everything works, and then expect them to do things how we do it. When the reality is that's not how you achieve mass adoption. So if you tell someone, hey, we have a great alternative to the financial products that you're used to using now, and that starts by writing down 12 or 24 words on a piece of paper and digging up a hole in your backyard and putting it in a box so that, God forbid, your house burns down, you still have access to it. I mean, it's what we all do right now, but when you say it out loud, it sounds absolutely ridiculous, right? So the most important thing for me that I think is missing, I mean, we've talked
Hey, let's-
about Aave, Chase, myself, a bunch of our other founders.
Let's make some
and
predictions.
on this call from our team all use and trust Aave. The problem is making Aave usable for the average Web 2 user.
Okay. Burtown Music Group. All right. Rug pull incoming. I think so. Let's make some predictions on how this ends and when does it end. Prediction. They've talked about security a good number of times. I don't know. I think this platform's going to get hacked. And I don't think it's going to be a real hack. I think they're going to drain it. That's my gut here. Some North Korean hackers going to break into the platform, steal all the funds. That's my guess here. That's how this thing ends. Yep, Grivier. Yeah. Yep. I think there will be some big old security incident. I think main wallet gets drained. Something's going to happen there. This is not a real deal platform that's going to be here and build out this incredible financial It's not going to happen. That is not this story. What is that, Gravity? I don't even know what the Web3 is going just great. Is that something that is that something that covers scams? Yeah. Yep, there it is. A drainer. It feels like that, doesn't it? If we get that prediction right, dude, this needs to go up on Polymarket, actually. Does the World Liberty Finance platform get drained? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm so sure of it.
My friend, she actually, paid, for me. And I said to her, oh, I can send you your, crypto address, $200 USDT. She actually sent me, she's not very involved with Web3, so she has a Bybit account, actually. So she just sent me a Bybit, user ID, right? Now then I have to explain to her that actually I don't necessarily actively using a Bybit account, so maybe you need to give me a ERC20 USDD, address. And then she actually sends me a ERC20, a TRC Tron
This is
USDT
fantastic,
address,
Gravity. Yep.
right? I think this is in a nutshell, truly kind of explains some of the difficulty when it comes to onboarding and when it comes to kind of a user experience, right? So in the Venmo day, right? If I want to send
I like it, Gravity. You're right.
$5, I would just pick in my contact or this username, right? I think this is something extremely important, for
we'll see it here.
Truly letting, say, 1 billion people.
Okay, I can't listen right now. It's still on, but I'll switch back if we need to. Yeah. We'll see a post here. Web3's going just great. World Liberty Finance drained. They're gonna act pissed off. They're gonna point their finger at whoever. When in reality, probably planned. I believe that. I'm not just saying that. I believe that's the plan here. I believe it. They bring in all kinds of money. They get their investors. They're probably going to onboard some people, but those funds are going bye-bye one way or another. Those funds are gone. Consider them gone. Yep. And Grivier, nothing to do with it, man. We thought we knew these guys. It's either they're getting got by the grifter dudes or some anonymous hackers are gonna compromise this thing, steal those funds. That's going to happen. That's exactly how this plays out. They just talked about onboarding the next 1 billion people to crypto.
Ryan is actually joined as part of our team. He's one of the advisors to the project. So we're all super lucky to have his experience, his knowledge,
this is
and
so
his
lame.
technical understanding as we work to achieve.
I want to love it, guys. You know this. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I still think there's something incredible about a president being here in crypto.
And part of doing that, when we're talking about crypto and especially, protocols like this one is the token. Zach, can you tell us a bit about World Liberty's governance platform and the role that the WLFI token plays in that?
Yeah, absolutely. So The WLFI token is the governance token that allows people to partake on our governance platform. And it enables WLFI token holders to vote on important decisions regarding the protocol. So WLFI, it isn't equity and it doesn't represent economic right, but instead it represents the right to participate in governance and ensures that the platform is community driven and in alignment with the entire mission of, you know, the whole project here and crypto DeFi as a whole.
He's got his doc back out, Gravity.
That's awesome. So, you know, the rolling off that a little bit is, you know, what is the utility of the WLFI token?
Yeah, great question. So essentially, token holders are going to be able to vote on protocol upgrades, signaling votes, anything that may involve technical changes, you know, really you name it. When it comes to the direction of the platform and the initiatives that we take, promotional partnerships, proposals about which, you know, present security risks or risks, you know, that may cause any sort of issue are obviously not going to be permitted. But beyond that, the goal here is to allow people who hold the WLFI token to participate in the direction of the platform and how we go about bringing this to the world.
This sounds so
essentially,
bad.
people who hold tokens are going to be able to submit proposals on our forum. They're going to be able to take part in snapshot votes, and they're going to be able to vote based on their token holdings. So with the one caveat that I'll say that voting is going to be limited to 5% of the total supply. So anyone who holds over 5% of that total supply will not be able to vote more than that 5% limit. And that's to make sure that we have fair and equal distribution of voting and that, you know, there's not too much say with any one person. We really do want to keep this fair and you know, equal as much as possible.
This is insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, before we go into the sale and some of the nuances of the
This
sale,
is what I want to hear.
You know, how will the WLFI tokens be distributed and who are they intended for?
Sure. So that's a great question. The tokens are intended to be allocated to eligible persons or people who want to participate in the governance. They'll mainly be allocated for the token sale, community growth, supporting, you know, initial contributors.
Wow.
And so one thing I want to point out is that we don't deem the tokens to be securities, but we have elected to limit participation to eligible participants with special considerations for U.S. and non-U.S. purchasers. And the reason that we did that is because, you know, the regulatory framework is a little bit unclear around token offerings. So we just wanted to make sure that everything we're doing is as above board as possible and in line.
Okay, I'm coming back to that probably quickly because they're talking about the sale. Look, this is word wizardry. This is what wowed us when we first got into crypto and NFTs, right? The idea of a platform run by the people. We're in control. We're voting. The future of finance. Those words worked on us. And it's unfortunate, but those words are going to work on a whole lot of people who are not in crypto yet. This is going to onboard people. And they're buying into the same thing we bought into and realized doesn't work. It doesn't work. The DAOs out there don't work for the most part. In fact, that's the lesson we've learned over and over and over. Governance tokens, utility tokens, they don't work. They die. They don't function right.
Give us more
sale
information
details
about the sale and everything that's going into that.
Yep, absolutely. Great question. So the governance token is an ERC20 token. We're going to be accepting USDC, USDT, ETH, maybe a couple other ERC20 tokens. The sale is going to take place on the company's website, worldlibertyfinancial.com. If you are not already on the whitelist, I urge you to do so because people who are not on the whitelist will not be able to participate.
To buy a governance token.
It's a very simple process. You can just go through the website to get yourself on the whitelist. It's open to accredited investors inside the U.S. for the reasons that we just mentioned. And for non-U.S. persons, we have a separate Reg S offering. One thing that I'm really excited to announce is the response has been absolutely insane. as of today, we have well over 100,000 people on our whitelist.
I believe it.
I'm just going to say that one more time because it's absolutely mind-blowing to me. We have well over 100,000 people that have already signed up on the whitelist to participate in the sale. So we knew that this project was highly anticipated. We knew that there was a lot of excitement in the marketplace. However, these numbers are just, in my opinion, unheard of. And I think we're setting all sorts of new records in crypto and, you know, in projects in general. I've never heard of a project get that sort of response to a whitelist. Especially a whitelist where people need to either be accredited investors or go through a KYC process. So we really appreciate the entire community that's gotten behind this and has decided to, you know, jump on the whitelist, and we're really excited for tomorrow. One other thing that I want to share about tomorrow is we're also going to be publishing our gold paper, which is going to share some more of the vision and the roadmap and everything about the project itself that we've discussed today on
gold paper.
Spaces. So when the token sale goes live tomorrow, you will also be able to view that that gold paper as well, which has been highly anticipated. So I know people are really going to enjoy that when it gets published.
There's a lot of anticipation around this
a governance token is Vapor.
You know, in our lead up to these spaces, we talked about all the articles and things being posted. People are talking about it, and they're going to keep talking about it. Not only now and moving into the future. And you hit the nail on the head, man. 100,000.
All that money is going towards the thing that we know, years of evidence, years of history shows us it doesn't work. They crumble. Man, oh man. Right. The gold paper. We're not talking about a light paper. We're not talking about a white paper anymore. We're talking about the gold paper. Unfucking real.
You know, like legal considerations that the purchasers of the WLFI token should take into account when participating in the sale.
Yeah, great question. So the WLFI tokens are being offered for participation for governance, and we're going to provide information on all the risks related to the token in our token sale terms, which are going to be available on the website. We encourage participants to carefully review the documents to make sure they meet the eligibility requirements before participating.
Sounds awful.
And again, this is all just to make sure that the project is as successful, not just on day one, but long term. And we want to make sure that people who are participating in it are doing it for the right reasons. We believe that we're going to be here for a really long time, doing really incredible things, and
we
really
definitely
reshaping the future of finance. And we just want to make sure that we're doing it in a way where, you know, everybody is aware of the project and what they're actually getting themselves into. So we're really excited. We know that the response is already over the top with well over 100,000 people on the whitelist, but at the same time, we want to make sure that it's the right people. So we're very excited. We know that things are absolutely going to move in the right direction, and we're excited to have everybody along for the ride.
Here's the parody account.
And it's good.
Those guys have rated the show a couple times. They're funny. I like them. But here's that token. This is ridiculous. Boomers, Scrivier. Boomers. I mean, gold used to be the shit. It used to be super cool. Bitcoin is now. This is wild.
You have for everybody tuning in. This is an absolutely massive space, and I'm sure it's going to be replayed, cut up, and dissected.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Moving forward. So, you know, what parting words can you give us as we move into the public sale tomorrow?
How much did Fog
Chase,
and
I'll throw it
Popcat?
to you first, and then we'll throw it to.
How much do they pay to be up on stage as a speaker? Because they definitely pay.
There was a great quote I heard from a movie, and I think it stuck with me forever. Maybe it's a TV show, and it said, "Be curious, not judgmental." And I really think that should be the ethos of crypto going forward. You know, though I may not be a KOL who, you know, runs around on Twitter and does great stuff, you know, we kind of hid in the background of the space and watched it evolve. And I can say I do really just miss the camaraderie where everybody together is trying to build a together future. And I hope that what we can do here is we can show that with a single vision and everybody doing their part in the space, is we can really make this the space that it deserves to be. When the world sees what's here, what these amazing people have built, I think it is really going to change and shape the way people think about how they go about consuming in their lives. And if we can offer one great thing to do, as a follower of the man upstairs, is if we can leave the world a little bit better than when we started it, that's our goal. And we have a big goal. It's a simple goal, but it's a big one. And we appreciate everybody for going along with the ride. And we appreciate on both sides of it, because with every great thing, there has to be a counterpart. And without the counterparts, we wouldn't be able to push so hard. So thank you guys all. God bless. And God willing, we'll pull off what everybody thinks we cannot pull off.
Oh, they'll pull it off.
I love that.
And it'll end the way we thought. Gravere, the best we have? No. This is definitely not the best we have. Is this what we deserve? Does this reflect does this reflect what we are? Yeah. Yeah, it does. This is very much us. And it's a real bummer.
Besides some of the best builders in the space, like Stani and Sandy and Ryan, Luke Pearson, of course, and like Chase said, we're excited to prove some people wrong. So, thanks everyone for listening today, and thanks for all the support that you guys have given us thus far, and we're excited to take this journey together. Because it's not just us. We're all really taking this journey together. That's the whole point of this project. And, we're really excited.
Well said. Zach, final thoughts, my friend.
I can't wait for this to be done.
Final thoughts are, everybody who has given us support from, industry founders and insiders to everybody else, we really appreciate it. Obviously, we know that we're doing big things and that we're here to shake the space up. And, we're not doing things the way a lot of people are maybe accustomed to it being done over the last year or two in crypto. But we think that that's because we need to do it in a way where we're taking this.
I keep it real, sir. Honestly, I believe that.
We're
I mean
achieving a much larger goal, and we're using one of
deserve
the
it.
largest brands in the world to get access to the mainstream consumer who we all as a whole in crypto want to see come into the space, because a rising tide lifts all boats. So we're here not only to be successful for ourselves, but for successful for the crypto community and industry as a whole.
Right on. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Great words.
That's
Zach. World Liberty is a project.
I'm hanging up
that's gonna be
first.
Changing the.
Boom. That was fucking awful. Man, that was, oh, dude, everything I thought it would be, and still, a president. Look, I was hoping Trump was going to be on this space. That is probably the biggest reason I was listening. And still, there's something really, really cool about someone like that being here in crypto in this capacity. Yes, scam. Yes, I'm sure of it. But it is a kind of we will always look back at this. We'll look back at this moment. And again, it probably ends in a scam and a rug, something like that. But it still is a milestone. It's something we'll kind of remember. But it sounds awful. It sounds awful. You are buying a governance token. I can't imagine it's going to be cheap. You're buying vapor. You're not buying anything. And they're going to make a lot of money. So interesting. Disgusting. Whatever. If somebody wants to spend their money on that, God bless. Good luck. RIP. Your money is going to go bye-bye. That I'm sure about. Okay, let's get through. Dude, okay, after all that, we're going to talk meme coins. We're going to, let's at least have some fun here. I'm going to finish up on the DK story, the Max Osiris points here, but then, yes, couple of headlines. Not a lot going on, actually, as active as the market has been, but I appreciate you guys hanging through all that. Again, it's just interesting. It's probably the biggest happening here in the space. As wild as the market has been the past few days, very quiet on the news front, very quiet. I do think that's going to change this week. Again, gut feeling, intuition, whatever. I think we're going to have some SEC stuff, just a feeling. It's because the timing of the World Liberty Finance platform, because we know there's some DeFi rules, regulation, enforcement action coming. I think this week's going to be a little spicy. I think. Oh, funny, Choina. That's, yeah. Trump down 1% on Poly Market. Coincidence. Maybe. Assassin. Witches. Taproot witches. Will they rally again? Yeah. I think everything's going to pump. Right now, it's cult meta. Taproot witches cook. But I also don't think they're that special. 0.006. Like, they'll get back to 0.01. And maybe they could do more. I don't think there's anything like... I don't think there's any super substance there, but, they were saying it at the end of that space, and I might have had it muted, but rising tide lifts all ships or whatever. That's going to happen here. Taproot witches will pump again. If you're holding one, I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're out at the next pump. But it's probably not a bad idea to grab one now and wait for that pump too. There's something coming there. I believe that. Okay, Max Osiris. Okay. This is to DK. So you got your millions back, big old misunderstanding, thinks he's farming sympathy. Max Osiris thinks that DK's a scammer. And he thinks everything surrounding Cosmo Medici is like scammy too. And I don't know if it is. I think it's easy to point at anybody making a lot of money and call it a scam. But people in this space value that kind of art. But he does call it a scam. I don't know if it is, but there are legitimate questions. All that money you made, and he raised quite a bit, 6 months worth of pay, whatever that equals, right? Are you returning it? Look, I think DK seems like a good guy. Yeah, Grivier. Real utility, it's meme coins. That's it. Meme coins sums up the space. Meme coins are great. But meme coins is the realest thing we got here. For sure. For fucking sure. Meme coins are the realest thing we got. And I'm glad we're kind of embracing it. We're finally embracing them. Like stop being so serious. Stop pretending we're changing the world here. The platforms or the tech to change things, it is here. It is the blockchain. It is these tokens. It is NFTs. These are the components of that change. But the offerings we have right now are not world changing. They're not. All right. Over the weekend, we had Mirage sharing his updated meme coin rankings, and I love it. I've got some bags here, so of course I love it. But SPX at the top. SPX not going to move from the top. SPX is going to be the winner. I'll say this, man. I'm not going to be shocked if SPX ends up flipping Pepe and Whiff and all the big boys. I'm not going to be shocked. I know a lot of people probably don't agree with that at all, but SPX has got a different kind of momentum behind it at this point. In fact, I haven't peeked this morning. How's it looking? And are people still buying it? Are any of you guys? Are any of you buying into Wow. Any of you buying into SPX at this level? Like, I'm tempted, but you don't have that. You don't have a ton of potential at these rates, at these levels. Even at a few bill. I mean, what are you looking at? 3-4x? I'd rather do stupid degenning into that. What's it called again? Kundalini. I'd rather roll the dice for a couple 2-3x there, already at a 2x. I'd rather literally play a slot machine here. Greater upside on something like this. Still, SPX cooking, really, really impressed with that. It's hard to not be. I'm going to drop this in the chat too, by the way. And I did tweet it. If you look at my timeline, my feed, you can. I tweeted and I said, "Here's the SPX white paper." It kind of is in a way, where, right? They got their message. They're going to flip the S&P 500, right? And they talked about setting up all these LPs, these pairs with other tokens. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I think they have like an agenda. They got a platform. They're doing something. And I was looking for a white paper. Unironically, I was looking for their gold paper, and I couldn't find it. And that's what led me to realize, no, it's all a meme, which is actually even better. No execution risk. It's all a meme. But if you want to break down to the history of SPX and what their goal is and what their memes mean, this is the post right here. It's actually pretty great. Right? Break down when it was launched, when the NFT collection was launched. Which actually, how are those looking? Great breakdown. All 3 contract addresses. They did say yesterday they could expand to other blockchains. They could expand to Sui. They could expand wherever. Rasmer actually hopped up on their spaces yesterday and was asking about that. He was shilling a platform that I think he is sponsored by over on Sui. All right, down a little bit, 2.13. Does it feel like the cult meta is kind of cooling a little bit? A little? To me, yes, but the second Bitcoin really starts running, I think off to the races again. Again, that's simple. All their memes, all their sayings, all their little, kind of special moments in the community. It's a pretty good tweet. Definitely worth reading through. If you don't understand SPX yet, worth reading through that. Big weekend for SPX, though. Really, really big. Broke the top 100. I don't think just meme coins. I think it's all coins here. Yeah. Hit rank 98 by market cap. In the world, that's all coins. In fact, we should be able to find it here. It's probably dipped a little bit. Oh, yeah, 99. There we go. The 99th largest crypto in the world. Not just memes, anywhere. Pretty great. When I talked about... Oh, hang on. Let's get to... Pon 0x gets priority. If anybody's got some Pon 0x questions, we stop. We address those. Love it. Okay. Mining's been stuck on 1.1 mil since the update. Any tips on... You know what? I think just refresh it. That's what I've done. I've found, Choina, exact same. I've been stuck on a certain... Let me start mining here, and I'll show you what he's talking about. I love this. Dude, yesterday, Choina, all day long, felt like every 10, 15, 20 minutes you were able to stop and claim and then restart again. Okay. So if you're looking right here, don't go by that. I'm only going by the status of the button here. And so when it's on this screen, and if it's here for me, if it's here for like an hour or two, I'm just going to refresh. Because this was updating to claim, stop and claim, again, every 15-ish minutes, maybe every 20 minutes. I probably did it 30 times, maybe 40 times yesterday, like claiming. So if you're stuck here, man, I would just refresh, reactivate, start mining again. I did that once, and it had to stop and claim for me right away. So it like remembered where it left off. Or it started fresh, but again, if it's happening every 20 minutes, you're better off starting fresh than waiting probably endlessly for this to cycle on its own. So that's what I suggest. Just refresh it, I think. I mean, maybe that's not the correct answer. It's what I would do and what I have done. But man, I just let this sit, not paying attention to that really. And because what you're waiting for is it to cross 100 mil. Really, Gravity, really, guys. I saw other people out there that hadn't been able to claim at all yesterday. I'm telling you, every 15 minutes or so, I had to stop and claim. Gravity, did you refresh? Yes. Okay. H Wonder also tweeted that too. It was on Spaces, and I think he said it, or somebody was at least tweeting what he said. Yeah. After you claim, let it sit 20 minutes before getting back in. Has something to do with your hash rate getting back in. Like you can do it. Oh wow, Gravity. Okay. That's wild. Yeah, I did not have that experience yesterday at all. In fact, yesterday was the first time I made some like serious progress with claiming here. If you don't wait the 20 minutes, supposedly your hash rate's going to be throttled. So if you stop and claim and then you refresh and get right back in it, supposedly your hash rate's going to be much, much, much lower than if you stop, claim, wait 20 minutes, and then restart again. I half buy what they're saying. Maybe I'll look next time and I'll pay attention to hash rate. Next time I'm going to stop and claim, and I'm going to go right back to it. And I'm going to peek the hash rate. And if it's throttled, if it's down at, I don't know, 15, 20, 30, maybe there's something to it. But otherwise, it really worked for me all day. Yeah, interesting, guys. I don't know. Yesterday, just kind of smooth sailing. All right, I'm going to keep that up, and probably at the end of this, 20-ish minutes, I'll put it back on the screen. Or as soon as I see it flip to stop and claim, I'll put it back up. Just so we got some more evidence of what works and what doesn't. Okay, these pairs, by the way. We'll come back to that. It's a good question, man. Can't wait to see, man. I hope we eat from that. I don't know if we do. I love this, by the way. The community, the SPX community, setting up all these pairs at SPX with other tokens: SPX Sol, SPX Popcat, SPX Mini. You go down the list. What is it? Like 30, almost 30 tokens right now that are paired with SPX. Some people look at that as giving SPX holders exposure to all this. I don't think it's anything like that. I think it just adds to the narrative. I don't think it's anything more than that. I like it. It's good for the narrative. It helps spread that message that SPX is bigger than just one token. It's a I don't know, in a way like a proxy or a gateway to all big tokens out there. I love it. I really freaking love it. The SPX community is just different. Oh man, just different. I love them. People are really finally buying into the Murad thesis. I'll tell you this, dude. I think people were laughing at him a couple of weeks ago. I don't think people, I know this. Nobody bought what he was selling a couple of weeks back. Token 2049 talking about a meme coin getting to 100 bill. And you guys know this for sure. Past few months, almost universally, people out there said, we're not going to see any more tokens at $1 billion market cap. We're spread way too thin. You know this. Everybody was saying that. Your favorite influencers, probably a lot of us bought into that. And I've been there at times too. I've said, I think we're spread too thin. I don't think we can do it. People say 100 mil is the 100 mil, maybe 200 mil is the new billion. And it changed. It completely changed thanks to Murad. And it's because his thesis makes a ton of sense. And other people are buying into that now. Here's Rookie XBT telling us why, okay? Combined market cap last cycle of Ripple, Cardano, and DOT at the high was $204 billion across 3 tokens. And we looked separately at Sheeb and Doge at their high together, 100 bill across 2 tokens. Add those up. We're talking 300 billion market cap across 5 tokens. And the Murad thesis is this cycle, and maybe kind of forever, or at least I think it's more like this meta, this cycle, nobody's investing in these platform tokens anymore. As in, they're going to, but the large sum of money's speculating on them, it's gone. The same reason that governance tokens don't work, or that they're not going to have any value. We found out they don't work. So people aren't throwing their money at governance tokens anymore, at DAO tokens. People are not throwing their money at platform tokens anymore because you get wrecked. Almost every time you get wrecked. So Ripple is that. ADA is that. DOT is that. Yes, their market caps will still be massive, but are they going to see the kind of upside they saw last cycle? I don't think so, and Murad doesn't think so. And Murad thinks that money's going to cycle to meme coins, and I'm with him. This is such a great point. You take those 3 tokens, that $204 billion market cap, you distribute it to 20 tokens, you have 20 tokens all with a $10 billion market cap. That's the thesis of this cycle. That is the Memecoin Supercycle. Guys, that is exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly why 2 months ago I started getting into meme coins. I felt it so strongly, and I'm not going to miss it. And if you're still not in meme coins yet, guys, you have to. You have to stop whatever you're trading now, as in today or this week, and you need to put your attention on meme coins. Get in there and learn the platforms. Get in there and learn the influencers, the people you need to be following, because this is what's coming. Meme coins that go to 10 billion. And look, those 20 tokens to get to that 10 billion market cap, that liquidity comes from just these 3 tokens. How many other tokens are there out there that got astronomical market caps that are going to have the same effect here? They're not going to have the same kind of results this time around. And those billions flow to meme coins. Guys, we're going to see tons of meme coins. Tons. Man, oh man, oh man. I can't emphasize this enough. Tons of meme coins at $1 billion. Could we see 100? Look at that. Okay, hang on, guys. Already got my stop and claim. What has that been? 5 minutes? Has that been like 5 minutes? Already got the stop and claim. 432, I don't know, mining per second. Is that what that means? But look, I'm going to stop and claim, and I'm going to go right back in. Let's see what the hash rate looks like. Okay, stop and claim, that's it. And I go right back in, and I'm going to start mining. Okay, we're going to watch here. I don't know, man. I don't think what they're saying is exactly how it works. I think they're just putting stuff out there to keep... I believe this. I think they're just trying to keep people engaged, and they're throwing out whatever just to keep people talking and guessing. And I don't even know if these numbers mean anything. These guys are really, really smart at keeping people on their toes. And again, if they say stuff, I think they're going to keep people... It's just to keep you talking about it. Yeah. See, clearly what they said is not how it works. Okay, maybe throttled a little, 200, 300. That, I don't know. This doesn't really match up to what they were saying, though, does it? Look, 500, 400. I don't think there's anything to it. I would just stop it every chance you get and restart it until you get in whatever the cycle is I'm in. Yeah, I truthfully don't know, but... Oh, whoa. Where's the boost number? Where would that show? Okay, there's something at least. I'm no longer showing a boost number. Now you're dead. Stuck at unclaimed 1. Where are we looking? Oh, this right here? Yeah, I tell you what, I still don't know if I buy it. Yeah, but you know what? So the next time I'll stop it, I'll do the stop and claim. Where's the boost? Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, Gravity, I don't think any of this means anything. I don't. I wouldn't be shocked if this is just some GIF behind the scene that's just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this is actually pulling real data from anywhere. I don't know. I don't trust that that it means anything. I just think they're having, balance issues, load issues, whatever, and they're just talking and getting people. Keeps you engaged. It keeps you wondering. It keeps you clicking and refreshing. All right, so it's been probably, 2 minutes or so. I'm going to pull this off, and I'm going to show you again when it's ready for me to claim again. And I bet you it's going to be just 5-ish minutes. All day yesterday was that. Man, I hope Terminal of Truth tweets about Kundalini. Oh, man. That's right for a CTO anyways, though. Yeah, weird, guys. Super weird. Anyway, you guys got the point here. 100 meme coins at $1 billion? Pretty likely. 20 meme coins at 10 billion? Pretty likely. A meme coin at 100 bill? I think so. I think we've had something insane coming. Again, more people that have now bought into this. Someone give me one reason why meme coins can't run to 100 bill when we had vaporware. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, this is people recycling other people's content. But yes, again, Ripple, Cardano ran to 100 bill last cycle. Yes. Yes, it's because people traded them like meme coins, like shit coins. It's that simple. Dude, oh boy, it's the same word wizardry that they were just doing in that space as before. You say things that people are learning, they don't quite grasp, they're trusting that you're the expert, and they're going to throw money behind it because it sounds like magic, man. It sounds like it can change your life, and I know I bought into that. And that's why people are going to buy into the Trump platform too, yeah. But now we got smarter. And we get to get ahead of the people. This is kind of a bummer. We get to get ahead of the people who haven't learned this lesson yet. Because without fail, they're coming in. Kind of like I got into meme coins early enough, again, just a few months ago, but early enough that I get the advantage. I get the benefit of everybody else coming in just a little later. Everything's up. That's how it works. So, man, getting these meme coins ASAP. Still not financial advice, not telling anybody what to buy or what. I'm just saying you got to be watching here because what's coming is probably bigger than the NFT cycle. Think of that, though, guys. Think of how much wash trading happened in NFTs. Remember, we looked at certain months with 600 million in wash sales, and we had some months with 1, 2, 3 billion in sales volume. That all directed at meme coins with the billions it's already traded daily. It's going to get so silly here. Tyler Durden. In my opinion, the VC cabal has rotated out of utility alt markets, left the KOL stranded. They're going to, and actually have already created vaporware memes. Look at that. Everybody is saying the same thing. The utility tokens, the platform tokens are they're not dead, man. They're definitely not dead, but it is going to be the meme cycle. Oh, Gravity, I saw your tweet, by the way. Huge, like 70 or so NFT sweep. Yeah, the raw passes. Yep. Good shit there. You've got a bunch of those too, right? Yep, I love that, man. You're gonna crush on that. Ooh, Gravier, I get what you're saying, and I hope you're right. And you know what? It is just trendy to shit on Cardano. I don't know anything about the tech to be able to say anything one way or another, like at all. Yeah, it is trendy to shit on Cardano. Everybody does it. Them building something unique, that's the part I can't comment on. I don't know how unique it is, and it might be very unique. I don't know enough about it, though. Can you think of a more hated rally if they run? No, that's true, too. Attaboy. Gravity, that's awesome. Man, I hope you eat. I think you will. Because, make no mistake, I do think we get NFT season 2. I'm just not so sure that we get NFT Supercycle this time. I know we get the Memecoin Supercycle. I do think we get an NFT Supercycle again, but I'm not going to be surprised if that's next cycle. And it's all the same stuff we did last time. It's wearables, and it is actually governance tokens at that point. It's all the magic stuff we tried buying in last cycle that we weren't ready for, that we were truly too early for, still are. Next cycle, the metaverse is back in play. The digital wearables back in play. The collectible, all that stuff. Next cycle, I don't want to say not for this cycle. I just don't think. I think next cycle is when we get that real NFT super cycle. I do know we'll get one again, for sure. For sure. Here's Whale.mocha. We don't talk enough about the interesting dynamics of meme coins and NFTs. Meme coins can have unlimited holders. There's virtually no barrier to entry, and they're easier to trade. Yes. NFTs, on the other hand, more exclusive and a better way to flex. Yes. Bringing the two together, it is indeed smart, sir. If the meme coin runs and the memes stick, then the NFTs are also sought after as a way for bag holders or fans to rep them as a PFP. Yep. And then that adds an extra layer to the cult aspect of many meme communities. Yes, sir. Manga auras, by the way, must keep them on your radar. They are going to cook. They're going to cook. Pops of puppets. The Bitcoin, or the ticker's Bitcoin, has Sproto Gremlins. He left off SPX and Aeons. I don't know if he did that for a specific reason, but you got to mention it there. You have to. And I like Casey's take, too, because this also ties into the platform tokens kind of fizzling this run. Casey Rotomore, creator of Ordinals and Runes, the protocols. Meme coins just make the truth clear. It's always been bullshit. Buy Bitcoin. Yeah. And then Zeneca, do you guys, man, when you see it so obviously, it's a little off-putting, but everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody. And this is the game. This is the game you play as, a KOL. There we go. Got another stop and claim here, guys. Again, what was that? Probably 5, 6, 7 minutes. It wasn't long. So stop and claim. Mine again. And then I'm going to watch the boost. But you know what? Like this might be what I was saying before. It might be load balancing. I had no success for the past week. Like, right? I haven't been able to do anything. And just yesterday was the first time this really was cooking for me. And so it could just be that you guys are going to cycle back to the group that can mine, and then I'm going to go back to not being able to do shit. It's kind of what I think's going to happen here. But yeah, okay, I see it there. Hash rate hasn't changed. Boost is gone. And if those numbers are real, then I think Boost is going to come back. And by the way, not a single token's hit my wallet yet, so it's hitting some kind of queue. But yeah, I've not received nothing, not a single token yet. Checking now just in case, but yeah, nothing. I'm gonna keep an eye. I just want to see if we if the boost comes back, which it should. Not there yet, but I think it'll be back in a second. Okay, well, what were we looking at? Zeneca? Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I agree with all this. Top isn't in until Murad is on TV shows talking about his thesis. Yeah. Zoomer celebrities are on the nightly shows talking about whatever Zoomer. Dude, you have to be on the lookout for those top signals. It'll be just like last time. This time they're talking, meme coins. Yeah. Everything here absolutely correct. All of them go to zero again. Yep. But man, oh man, just the start of this super cycle. I feel that so strongly here. Dude, I wish there was more going on. Again, market's fun, but things move in the market. This is where I need to get more into TA. I got to learn to chart. I got to learn to get better at that stuff. So I'd love to get into more technicals. I do want to check for milestones this week. Right, we had CPI last week, or was it the week before? Seeing if we have anything coming up end of this month here. Okay, my boost is back. I think that boost disappears while you're entering the mining pool, right? Even though I had joined, I don't think it started. Right now the stop anyways button popped up, as did the boost. I don't think it was mining yet though. Now it should be. So on the clock now at 9 a.m. for me. And I'm going to see. I'll stop the show when the next one comes up. It's a good stopping point. Okay, let me see what our next significant dates are here. Here we go. I don't know if we have anything. Maybe do we have some jobs numbers coming this month? Gravity, I know this is your wheelhouse. Okay. Okay, what do we have? Interest rate decisions for Europe. Okay. Core retail sales here in the States. That helps. Unemployment. Okay, we do have some stuff coming. Unemployment claims numbers come next week. This Thursday. Okay, Canada's got interest rate decisions next week. Okay, yeah, that's it. We don't have any big. Japan's got interest rate decisions later this month. Europe has CPI. Yeah, I don't think we have any big milestones coming up this year. I don't think we do. Gravity, anything I'm missing? Any other big happenings here? Grivier, are you talking about the raw pass? Oh, Cardano. I'm sorry. Yeah. That was new too. Charles, whatever Hodgkinson's or whatever was talking about really decentralizing that platform. It sounded cool. Hey, love that with Bitcoin, Choina. Choina, do you think there's any reason to like clear cache, like those, kind of browser basics? Any think it's worth doing that? But yeah, Bitcoin over 65K, absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Up 4.4% in the past 24 hours. Absolutely incredible. Man, hopefully the road to 70s here. And by the way, it is officially October. We're now higher than we were at the start of the month. Started the month at 60K, just under 61. We're now at 65K. It is officially October, guys. Should be very, very happy about that. Officially October. And if we stay on track, maybe we finish the month with a really banger of an October here. Like a really, really great one. I'd like more than like 5% or so, right? I would like that a lot. I'd like to see 10, 15, 20. Would be awesome. Would love to see us finish the month over, I don't know, 70K would be nice. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe. Man, oh man, guys, let me make the case here again for Kundalini. I don't think you should buy it. I do think it's a rug. I also think the moment that Goat CS Maximus account, the AI thing, tweets just that word Kundalini, gotta be careful there. It sends, unless somebody else makes another token and they actually put some community, some memes behind it. There's no memes. There's no nothing behind this one. So I don't know that this is the one to make it, but it's got holders. Probably a lot of them fake. Volume's picking up. Market cap, again, it's about 2x from where I got in. And again, if that gets tweeted out or if people just start looking for a Kundalini token and, again, highest market cap for them out there. Chucking one soul. This gets to $1 million. You're looking at a 4x. 4x just from a pump from people chasing something. To me, that simple. I'll gamble like that, right? For me to get a 4x on SPX, right? We got to get to like 3.2 bill. I'll get my 4x here with a big chance, huge chance to go to 0, but this feels kind of doable given how just how reckless people spend, and people are kind of getting in reckless mode. Gizmo. We talked this weekend about Gizmo. Gizmo's a real deal big boy rune. One of the very few, real memes over in the Bitcoin ecosystem. I think Gizmo's look, I've got 500,000 Gizmo. Worth $9,000 right now. Spent $600 on it. I'm not selling. I know that might be stupid, but dude, this touched 20 mil, 19, almost 20 mil earlier this morning. And the energy around this because of the Bitcoin Puppets ecosystem, I don't know. I can't picture that not being a 50 to 100 million market cap token. I can't picture it. There's no swap platforms yet. There's no exchange listings yet. I can't picture that one not just melting faces. And at that point, we're talking to get to $1 million market cap's a 5x from here. Talking 45, 50 grand for that. I don't see any reason to be selling right now, and so I'm not. I'm just saying that because conviction. Choina, dude, thanks to you. Edge brought it to our Discord, and I didn't buy then, and then Choina brought it during the live stream on Friday, and man, I'm so glad you guys did it. I'm so glad because you got me looking at it, and I see it, and I'm like, oh, come on. The creator of puppets, guy who made the puppet that then somebody made a collection from, he's shilling it. He drew the cat. Come on. Obvious play. I don't see any reason to sell it. Oh, this went right back to mining. Holy cow. Not throttled in any way, too. Dude, if that, man, I'm just having fun thinking. If that token Gizmo gets to a 200 mil market cap, I'm looking at like 90 grand, almost 100 grand. I can't sell that. Dude, we've been really fortunate having good plays here between Goat and if you got the Moodang one early, I think we called that at what? Was it 2 mil or 5 mil or 7 mil? It was somewhere in that ballpark, I think. Somewhere in that range between Moodang and Goat and Gizmo, and there's been a handful of others. We've had some big winners here. Very, very early calls here. And you guys know at this rate, good hit rate because we're not shilling a ton. And I hope I distinguish enough the ones that are like feel a little better, like again, that Kundalini, whatever. That doesn't feel like a call. That's not a call. It's just something to be watching, like keep your eyes on it. But the other ones were like, guys, this feels different. Like I'm in. I'm buying. So it's fun stuff, man. It's fun stuff. All right, back to mining. Again, this time no throttling. No throttling. Instant boost on, I think. Maybe not. Maybe there's no boost. Even, guys, even when they tweet about the connection and saying if you join too early, your connection's going to go yellow. It's always been green. I just don't think this is real. Yeah, George, that's great. Yeah, you're right. I sold my goat really early. I'm happy with it. Not bummed. Not bummed at all that I could have made, 3 times more at this point? No, hang on, not 3 times more. Like 15 times more? I'm not bummed. I've finished up. And I'm going to take those profits and I'm going to roll it into something else and do the same. And that's the goal. Just as long as you're winning, as long as you're not losing, that's it, man. That's the goal. If Gizmo gets to 100 mil, I'm going to take some profits. If Gizmo gets to 200 mil, yeah, I got to think of that exit plan because I do think that's likely. I really, really do. I do think the exchange listings are coming. On Magic Eden alone. Magic Eden swaps. And again, I don't see how it doesn't do that. I'm not going to be shocked to see it. And again, if we start getting silly, if we start getting into these predictions like the Memecoin market caps we were just talking about, 500 mil, you know? This is a pretty nice opportunity here. Pretty nice opportunity. Yeah, I'm not gonna blow this. I will be taking profits, that's for sure. Yep. George, absolutely right, man. Runes have that outsized potential, right way to put it? Yeah, whatever. A lot of potential. They just have never had... We've never seen runes take off quite yet, and I think we're gonna. Similar to like we saw with Ordinals, I think we're gonna get the rune season. People are gonna be like, God damn it, dude, why didn't I do it? It was so obvious. I think we get that here in runes, so should be fun. Anyway, guys, great hanging with you. Weird show. Long show. A lot of bullshit first half. Still glad we did it. I'm not going to go live during the actual sale tomorrow morning. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, on this show. Oh, boy. What a grift that thing is. Anyway, hope your day's absolutely fantastic, guys. It's a holiday. I hope you're off. I don't think people are off on... What is today? Is today Columbus Day? I don't know if people are off for it anymore. I think not. The kids are off. Kids are home. But I hope your day is awesome. I'm pretty sure we're live for the afternoon show. Pretty sure we're live, right? I don't know if Henry and Joe are taking the day off, so we'll see. We'll play that by ear. If we're not live, I'll certainly tweet that out, so make sure you're following me on X. Guys, smash the like on your way out, please. Helps a lot. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. It's SlamX Official. Over on X, it's SlamXIO. What else we got to do? Make sure you're following Crypto Slam. You know the drill. Again, I'll tweet if there's no show. My pal Chris is going to be live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on the Daily Hustle. So also check that out. That's also going to be right here on SlamX Official. Guys, have a great morning. Have a great day. We will see you. Peace.